think we got our first hummingbird moth of the year here. Boy, these guys are pretty elusive. Look at him. There he is. Looks like a hummingbird. It's actually a moth. They love these milkweed. Now it's pretty cool because his wings are moving so fast like a hummingbird's that you can't even see them, but on the video they kind of look like they're moving slow because it's only catching. Oh, he is so cool. I believe this is one of the ones they call a hawk hummingbird moth. He is really hard to get, but we got a little bit of him. I don't know where he went now. They just go all around and they are so fast. I think he went up there in the front. Yep, I'm gonna try to get him again. You see him?
He's right there. He's got the white stripes on.
Yeah, oh, he's back there. This is all our milkweed, guys. In the morning, right when the sun hits it, you'll see the moths, the hummingbird moths, you'll see the butterflies. Tons of bees out this morning. You said you saw, oh yeah, there he is. He is difficult to get. Oh yeah, he's right over there. He doesn't like the camera. He's over there on Jack's side now. I try to zoom in. Man, they are cool. That one's like yellow. And it's just so neat when I look through the camera. His wings don't look like they're moving, but then you can't even see him when I look over top.
It's kind of scary. He's really big.
They're big, yeah. They're almost as big as hummingbirds. Oh, there he comes. He's coming over this way. Oh, he's staying on that. They love these milkweed. But anyway, guys, I'll pan out. That's a treat this morning. But yeah, look at this milkweed here. There's so much of it. And we do water it because it gets hit. It has been spreading further down the island here. So we're kind of hoping this whole entire island just turns into milkweed over the next couple years. And it would be really cool. It's almost as tall as Jack, but it does usually get taller, and it's kind of on a hill. But the rate you're growing, it ain't gonna get as tall as you next year, huh? But look at this one, all these flowers come into bloom here. Oh, there's a butterfly just went zipping. So the monarch, oh, there he is. Yeah, right behind you. Oh, there he is. Yeah, the monarchs love, yeah, the monarchs just love the milkweed. We get these monarchs. Sometimes there'll be dozens of them out here. Hey, buddy. They love that, don't they? And then, of course, you get the red. They're actually called red milkweed beetles. Well, this guy's letting me get real close. Look at him. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, that's the milkweed, and that's right out our front door. Sometimes we sit here in the chairs and watch all the guys come.
Close.
Yeah. Okay, so here we got an actual little honeybee. You don't see those guys too often.
You'll notice because their colors are fainter and they're smaller.
Yeah, and then you got these big, huge guys.
That's your fur.
These big daddies.
Spreading the pollen between plant.
Now these guys, from where we're from, we call them Carpenter Bees because they're the ones that dig into the wood and eat the wood. There's a lot of those here this morning. They pretty much leave you alone, even when we're watering. They go about their business. But some of them are just covered in pollen. Whoop! That one gave me a dive bomb at the head. But you can see some of these guys are just covered in pollen. Some of them have so much. Now there's one of those little red, next to the bee there's some of them red beetles, the milkweed beetles. And I think that's a couple actually participating in procreation right there. Which they do, and then they have babies that grow all over these, but they don't really kill them or harm them. There's just too much of them. There's another one there, and they're pretty big. Obviously we have some weeds kind of mixed in here, some other weeds, but those are the red beetles. There's another one of these guys. We got a little bit of these.
I'm not exactly sure what they do, but it looks like they're like guarding the plants.
Yeah, they're kind of funny.
They may be eating them, I really don't know.
Yeah, but there's the milkweeds. We did send these milkweed seeds. They get tons of seed pods. We did send some of these off to some fellow YouTubers. If anybody wants any, we get literally hundreds and hundreds of seed pods. And they are quite gorgeous when they fill in like this together. Now we've got a bunch of little wild daisies in the middle, that little white stuff there, which is cool. There's a big Carpenter bee there. But yeah, this is just a lot of action.
It's funny how they have the little fur jackets on them.
Yeah, yeah. Here's another big, huge one here. Yeah, again, these milkweed, very, very easy to propagate. We just take the seed pods off and throw them down here, and they've kind of been spreading throughout this island, and we're just trying to fill it in and have it all be milkweed. And I think in another couple years it will be, and that would be really neat. Really, really neat. They basically just choke everything else out. They're pretty powerful. All right, so there's Jack watering the whole front thing. As you can see, we got this little hydroshot thing. We run that off of our rain barrels. We've done a lot of videos on the hydroshots. Absolutely awesome invention. We have rain barrels coming off of each and every downspout, and then we just use the quick change thing and pop it right into there. You can see right here, we just pop it right into there, open the valve. Each one of those is 60 gallons of water. They're amazing. And we got them, I think, 9 years ago now. And between those and the hydroshots, we got everything at Costco, and we got the hydroshots from Worx. It's about $800 or $900, and that's $100 a year. Basically, if you break it down at this point. And yeah, we would have spent way more than that water and all this. Plus, it's rainwater, and it's better for the environment and all that stuff, so it's great. Anyway, I'll take you guys around, show you a quick tour here. So this is just kind of some lilies in the front. We haven't done any kind of trimming. We've just done edging and trimming on the grass and that, and done a little bit of landscaping, but we haven't done any hedge clipping. That's what we're gonna be doing today. So this is kind of a before video here. Just wanted to show you. So this little guy, lily in the middle, the clematis. This clematis did not do incredibly well this year. It's usually bigger. We had a lot of storms and weird stuff. The one in the back's huge though, I'll show you. Anyway, we're gonna trim these down. We cut them really nice, and it's cool because then you can actually see the lily from the front. And same with this one over here. This one's growing quite a bit here. And we do have to we use coyote urine granules to put on these kind of things, because the deer, even though these pricker bushes are here, I'll see them in the morning just reaching right over here, and then sometimes they'll come around the back. They don't like to come around the back. They get kind of scared, but they'll reach over. But yeah, those are great, and we water all those. We did take the border out of this, and we're basically just letting the grass grow in. We're not gonna mulch that area anymore. As you can see here, this has been working pretty good. We just cut it with a trimmer. So hopefully between this side and this side filling in, we just won't bother mulching it anymore. Come around the back of the house here. Again, another barrel. And we'll put a link in the description when we hook these barrels up and took them down. I mean, one of the easiest things you can do, and they last for about 4 months while it's raining. June, July, August, September, we use them when we have to. These are all the hostas on the side. We don't water these much. They don't get much sun, and then they do really good here. And then we come across here. This is our little rock garden kind of thing. We did change some things up here, moved a bunch of bricks. This is a bunch of wood that we had a neighbor take a tree down, so they gave us a bunch of wood. We'll probably be splitting that up this summer and burning that out here, or maybe inside when the fall comes. Probably gonna pull this guy out. We're gonna be doing a video in the future where we pull some bushes out. We're gonna try to use the Ryobi to pull them out. So we'll see how that works. Just kind of tired of dealing with this over here. I just want this to be a rock garden. This is an old satellite dish that our neighbor no longer uses. In fact, they never did. The previous owner did. So they said it was okay. We're actually gonna use the Ryobi to try to pull that out. So that'll be fun. All this ivy and stuff in here is filling in really good because we got a lot of storms. This is our garden and compost area. The problem is we compost the castor oil plants and the pokeweed plants, so then they just regrow in the garden. But that's actually kind of good because they kind of help keep the deer away. We do have some things that are starting here, not much. This is one little guy here, and there's numerous ones, and basically off of one vine it'll just spread and fill this whole area. We got cantaloupe, watermelon, pumpkins, zucchini, stuff like that. It is already almost July, but again, we just haven't had any sun. It's just been storms. We're finally getting sun, and so these guys are starting to fill in here, so that'll be cool. These trees took a huge beating. You could see many broken branches here. The last 2 years it snowed after spring, so they had the blossoms, and then the snow weighed the blossoms down and broke off a bunch of branches. They are beautiful when they bloom, but we're probably gonna be trimming those guys up too. My other neighbor got some of that wood too. As you can see, we kind of share this area here. This is the brown mulch that we're gonna use. We were talked in a previous video about how we're gonna combine this whole area. So we took a whole afternoon and we reconfigured these bricks. We're basically joining these two islands together. It's gonna go all the way around both of these. Now this ground cover and everything's been doing really good. We did need to start watering it though a lot. And so we have a little island with these trees. We have a little island with these. We're gonna be filling all of this in, just kind of coming off where he mulched, fill that whole front area, all around the front, all around this. And then in here, I got about 7 yards coming. I'm hoping he can bring it up the tree line and just dump it right here and we'll spread it around. But that's gonna probably be next weekend. We just don't have time to do it this weekend. We're gonna do all the trimming and everything first. This area just doesn't really get any sun and it's full of roots from the trees and it just doesn't grow. We have about 1,000 of these bricks that we got about 9 years ago. Got them for 50 cents each, got 100 at a time, and Jack and I basically surrounded everything and it came out real nice. These guys over here are doing awesome. I'll back over here. You can see the bricks here. I mean, they really came out good. Again, everything's just overgrowing because of all the storms. So now the sun's hitting everything and we really got to trim. So this is in the back. So we did put up lights finally here. We got a little lights, a little party area out here at night. We got some bamboo. That bamboo, this is the tank that Jack and I turned the aqua cave that used to be in the big 220 that I Stidgy used to hang out in. We turned it into the bamboo tank. Some of it's getting fried, so we're watering it, and I put a piece of cardboard on top on really sunny days to keep it from burning. But that came out really good. This is the big Calla Lily that we got Pamela for Mother's Day last year. It's doing fantastic. It didn't really turn yellow because it started growing inside this year, but it was huge, and they were so big they fell off the sides, and then we cut them off, and now it's regrowing. So it may not turn yellow. I don't know why it didn't this year. Maybe just because it was inside. And there's our little light thing. It's pretty cool. Kind of just took it across the shed there. Here's our new little patio set. Super cool. And then this is one of the other barrels. This is the barrel that a few years ago we grew a huge piece of pothos out of. And that pothos ended up going in our aquariums and everything like that. This is another little thing that we started growing that she got for Mother's Day from her son. And this is actually the frame that we got the Ryobi in a few years back. It's been sitting in the shed. So I put it up here, and look at this. In just a matter of weeks, this thing just started covering this frame and just grabbing onto it. So I'm hoping in the next month or so it just fills that whole area. That'd be kind of cool. I don't even know what that plant is, but it's super nice. And we got a few hanging ones and things like that. And then this whole area. And like I said, what we did here is we are letting these strawberries just kind of fill in, so we don't have to mulch it anymore, and we just trim them back. So it actually works out really well. And it's kind of neat because when we're out here watering early, you can just grab some strawberries and eat them. They're really good. If you look, you see little runs, you just move the things aside and then all these ones will pop out at you. These sedum are doing okay. We got some pots. There's another barrel over there. These are the Kwanzaa tiger lilies. These are the most awesome ones. The previous owner planted these to kind of hide the air conditioner. It doesn't really hide it, but it kind of does when they grow in all the way. It's odd that they have not bloomed yet. They usually always do in June. Again, it's almost July and they have not. So what's going on here, Jack's detaching from that barrel and just taking it to the next barrel. So that's what he does. He goes from one barrel to the next. What happened here is these guys get massive, and you can see how many just on one of these stalks. There'll sometimes be 8 or 10. These are the Kwanzaa tiger lilies. Look that up if you've never seen a picture of them. They are amazing. We'll be doing a follow-up. Like I said, usually they're in by now. They're just not for some reason this year. I think it was just too many storms. But now the sun's hitting them. The deer love these, so we do put the coyote urine granules all around this area, and they do usually stay away from them. They will get taller and huge, orange, amazing blooms that are unbelievable. And we actually cut them off sometimes and give them to people. They put them in vases, and they actually live for a long time. And they'll open and close. They'll close at night and open during the day. They are absolutely gorgeous. You can see from all these sticking up, we're gonna have a lot this year. So that's exciting. This clematis back here is doing ridiculously fantastic. A lot of times we'll cover this bench. This is actually just we don't use this bench just for looks. It's just an old bench we threw there. And a lot of times it'll take over that whole bench. Last year it did. This year, for some reason, it grew more this way. But that came out great. And this is just more ground cover that we allowed to grow in. We trim it so that we don't have to mulch. And we just kind of trim around like this. We had other lilies over here, but they kind of got taken over by these bushes. Once in a while we get some, like that guy sticking up. So if you've never seen, you know, these are like lilies and then tiger lilies. And then, like I said, those double Kwanzaa ones are stupid. It's like 3 of these in one. Absolutely amazing. I don't know why they call them Kwanzaa lilies. It's just what they call them. But anyway, all of this ground cover filling in. This holly bush is doing amazing. We're probably going to take this big giant bush out, getting real tired of trying to climb up there and get the tall areas. Probably just going to take it out. We're going to be trimming all these trees and just allowing that ground cover to fill in. We'll probably bring that mulch just around a small little border around this holly bush. This is a gigantic holly bush. Love this holly bush. And we're just kind of continuing to let it spread out and grow. It's really easy to take care of and trim. The vines grow into it. You have to pull the vines out. Probably taking that tree down. It's trying to grow in there. I don't like it. We're taking it out. This is just more lake grass. This one has the burrs on it. This thing almost died. It was so hot one day. It was 100 degrees for a couple days in a row. But we've been watering it, and it'll spring back up, hopefully. And then this is just the other side here. This lake grass is awesome down here. And again, this just brings us to the other side. Now again, these islands used to be separate, but we're joining them together. So this is all gonna be remulched with the brown. And then we're gonna have some stones kind of go through here. So we can walk, this is some regular stones. So we can walk with this lake grass. This is looking pretty dreary too, and I watered it real good this morning. So it'll spring up and be really tall. It's beautiful. I wish I could actually get more of that. I don't really know how to get it though. So let me go back over here. We showed you guys all that. That's that big front island. You might remember in the fall, Jack kind of cutting all of that down. He just hacks it all down. And it's really something. And we just kind of, again, let these things grow, do their own thing. These are kind of weeds taking over right here this year on this side. But you know what? They're kind of cool, and they're tall, and they're purple, and lots of bees and butterflies and beetles and moths. So we're just letting them kind of go in here. If it ends up being just milkweed in these, we won't mind. Although the occasional pokeweed is nice because they do get so tall, and they provide a lot of shade to the house actually in the evening when it's coming up against our bedroom windows and stuff. Some of these milkweeds have kind of gotten to these other areas. So we're just gonna let 1 or 2 of them grow here and there. We'll pull them out if we don't like them. This guy's gonna get a big trimming today. And those 2 guys in the front are out of control, aren't they, dude? Look at those things, man. So those are getting trimmed. So we're gonna do a lot of trimming and pulling and all that kind of stuff. And we'll do a whole video kind of showing you before and after kind of things. These pots are cool. These are daylilies here that are growing in nice. These ferns are doing awesome. This one got a little bit scorched too when we had those couple 100-degree days. Had to work and just couldn't keep up with it. So spray water on this thing. Show them how it works. Pretty neat. So that's the 3D windmill thing that we, oh look, there's a rainbow too. We gave Pamela and Grandma for Mother's Day. So if you didn't see that video, this thing's pretty neat and it's still working pretty awesome. Isn't that cool? So we're gonna finish up watering, we're gonna take a break, we're going to do some trimming, and that'll probably be another video, but we just wanted to kind of do an update, especially showing everybody this milkweed. Everybody likes to see it. It's really, really gigantic. It's unbelievable. And we love the fact that we got a hummingbird moth this morning to show you guys, because those guys are really, really cool. It's hard to get a close-up on those because they do not let you come near them. But we will put a link in the description. I did get a close-up a couple years ago and did like a little video, so I'll put a link in the description if you want to see a closer version. They're really, really cool. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. We got a bunch more work to do today, don't we?
Yeah, but
So we'll see more videos coming up on the yard and some of the progress we finally made, because we haven't done anything out here in quite a few years with COVID and everything going on and being so busy. So it's about time we got caught up, and we're gonna use this weekend to do it. Well, let's show this mushroom here real quick. We get some crazy mushrooms, but look at this one. Just sprouted up like literally 2 days ago. Look how fast it spread. We'll see how big it gets. Maybe it'll take over. Yeah, we try to get the watering out of the way before the sun hits things nice and early. I wanted to show this too real quick. Totally forgot. We have yucca plants. We are not incredibly fond of yucca plants, but every few years they sprout these awesome big asparagus looking things, kind of like agave plants do, and they get these flowers. The problem is the birds love these, and so you can see they ate most of these, but these are absolutely gorgeous if you've never had a yucca plant. And honestly, they have only done this twice since we've lived here. This is the third time in like 11 years or longer. So we kind of keep them around just because it is kind of neat. It does look like a big asparagus too, doesn't it? I think you can actually eat them, but we never tried. But anyway, some of these older bushes here, we're getting rid of these. This guy has been annoying me for many years. It has been packed with snow, leaned over, broken. So Jack really wants to use the ryobi. So we're going to be using the ryobi to actually have a toe strap from back in the day. I've had it forever. And we're just going to try to tie this up and just yank it right out. We have quite a few things, like I said, the satellite dish and some other things. So you're looking forward to that. That sounds like fun, huh?
Yeah, it does sound fun.
Jack's like, well, we could cut it out or we could pull it out. So the other thing is if that doesn't work, it does weigh about 600 pounds. The 75 amp one weighs around 450. This one weighs about 6 or 650. It is very heavy, and it does have very good tires, which is one of the reasons we never had to use the chains. We do have chains that we got for the tires, but you have to like outset the tires and stuff because of the brake cables and that, and we just didn't want to bother. And we've plowed for 3 years with it now. Even going down this hill here, it's never been a problem. It just weighs so much. And of course, with a person sitting on top of it, I mean, then you're looking at 750, 800 pounds. And it's got really good tread. So we've never bothered with those chains. Again, if that is not able to pull some of these things out, we do actually have a hitch on the Volt. I had a hitch put on because why not? I had some extra Chevy points, and so I used it for that because we like to put the bike rack on there, and it's a hitch bike rack, so it's actually kind of cool. We've never actually pulled anything else with it. We've just used it for the bike rack, but I figured in case we had to, we could. The Volt's doing awesome. We just did a follow-up on it, and its 4-year anniversary is coming up. Really thinking about painting the grill here. Maybe this bottom one black or something. We're going to be talking to polish them off. Might get it detailed as well, just because it's 4-year anniversary. Never really had it detailed. Very, very happy with this vehicle, especially with the gas prices. Very happy we got this guy because of the gas prices. It's doing awesome. We just did a 3.5-year follow-up on it, and we'll be doing a 4-year follow-up on that in the fall. But it's doing awesome. So we got a video coming up where we're going to be trying to pull all this stuff out. That should be a lot of fun. Jack's looking forward to that today, aren't you? That's going to be super fun. You're going to be driving it when you pull the stuff out, or am I going to be driving it?
I think I can handle it.
I'll be filming. Yeah, that'll be kind of fun. Don't even water that one. It's getting yanked out today.
Oh, yeah.
I've had enough of this thing. It's just, ugh. I'm tired of it. And I hate this old, like, prickly... It's like an old 70s bush or an old 60s bush,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It stays in your skin. Like it's so,
Yeah.
so prickly.
I want something more green and vibrant.